I want to talk to you very quickly about ratio publishing. And the reason I want to talk to you about this is because it's very important that you understand that every issue needs to make a profit from the outset. You can't go in with the mindset that for the first 3 years I'll make a loss and then we'll start turning a profit. You can't do the Amazon thing because I'm sort of assuming you don't have the finance. If you're the son of a multi-billionaire and you do have the finance, great. Then ignore this video because you don't need it. But let me tell you about publishing for profit. So the two concerns you have, the two problems you have when it comes to publishing a magazine, is your costs have to be exceeded by your advertising sales. So you've got to have some kind of profit on publishing. And the two restrictions you have is timing, because you do need the frequency, and you have of course made a commitment to your advertisers. So timing is important. If it's a quarterly publication, you've got to bring it out quarterly. If it's a bi-monthly, you've got to bring it out bi-monthly. And the second problem you have is thickness of the publication. You've got to decide in your marketplace, if you're going to deliver something of value, something that presents value to the reader and to the advertiser, how thick is the minimum it needs to be? You know what I mean? I wouldn't pick up or read a magazine which is less than 100 pages or etc. So 96 plus 4. But you know, I have published very successfully 68 pages, 64 plus 4. I have published in the nail industry. You can get away with little magazines. You can publish a 48-pager plus a 4-page cover, so a 52-pager. So you need to decide in your industry what the thickness is, your minimum requirement thickness, okay? And then you need to let that be the deciding factor. And you need to sell ads like a crack addict. I mean, you need to just 10x your ad sales until you have enough ads booked, etc., to cover the minimum thickness of that magazine. And once you've done that, then you're able to go ahead and make sure that you publish at a profit, because you can say, look, I've got, remember that you print, and I'm not talking about the online contingent because that's got a lot of flexibility and it's very easy, but you print in sections of 8, 16 or 32. So you've got to make sure that if you're doing a 1-to-1 ratio and you're printing a 16-page magazine, you've got to have 8 ads. Do you understand? In the same way, if you're printing a 32-page magazine, you've got to have 16 ads or 16 income-producing ads, pages. It doesn't have to be ads; it can be advertorials. It doesn't matter. But the point is that you need that, etc. So that's what ratio publishing or publishing for profit is. It's simply taking your dynamics of publishing and making it work for you in the sense that it presents you with profit every time, that you don't publish without profit. Even if the mag's a little late, it's worth it to do it for profit, I promise you. Even if you give advertisers specials just to get them in, and we'll talk about that because that's a very dangerous game to play, especially at the start. To start with an advertiser at a low price, to get them up again is just a nightmare. But have a look at the thickness of the mag. What's the minimum thickness you can have, number one, and number two, have a look at the timing, because you need to get in enough ads to pay for that mag from the beginning. But it doesn't have to be a big mag. That's the one thing that can vary, is the thickness. You know what I mean? And remember, the thicker your mag is, the cheaper per page it is to produce. So sell ads, just sell ads, no matter what.